Welcome to your mat. It is day 19 of our 31 days to splits challenge. Hard to believe that we're more than halfway through the month. So let's just jump right in. Starting to notice how you've shown up on your mat this morning. Let's take the hands behind us. Interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders back. Good, nice big inhale, lift the heart. And then hinge at your hips. Come all the way forward. Lifting the shoulders up. Rooting down through the feet. Pressing those thigh bones towards the space behind you. Lifting your tailbone. Allowing your neck to relax. Continuing to lift the shoulders. Floating the arms up to the sky. Just notice how you've shown up today. I am feeling a little sore. But without judgment, just noticing, breathing, continuing to make space where there was not space before we stepped onto our mats. Letting your arms float down. Let's roll up the spine. Rising up. Whew, hair's in my face. All right, let's come down onto the mat in our table shape and then just begin to move here. A little dynamic cat and cow just to warm up the back a little. Good, let's take the right leg back, draw it in. Step your foot between your hands. You know, I'm just gonna rock a couple times here this morning, back and forth. And then I'll settle into this low lunge, melting the hips forward, rolling the shoulders back, lengthening the spine. I think I'll bring my hands up to my knee today, rolling the shoulders back, and because I noticed my shoulders and back were a little sore when we did our first shape, I'm just going to take the hands behind me again. Roll the shoulders back. Still melting the hips forward. Right hip is back. Left hip is forward. I'm going to lift my heart here. Just because it feels good this morning or for me today. Still pressing my left hip flexor forward. Good, let's melt the hips back. Flex the right foot. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward, toes pulling back. And again, my heart is reaching forward. I'm going to elongate the back of the neck. Sink back one more time here. Again, learning as we move through this month how our bodies respond and react on different days, and then changing our movements so that we can ultimately feel better at the end. Good, let's drop that heel. At the end of our time on the mat each day, drawing your right hip back, left hip presses forward. Gonna reach the heart forward, pull the navel in, keep shifting my right hip back, press the left forward, root down through the instep on my right foot. And of course, breathing. Around here. Good little bend. Come to the ball of the left foot. Step the feet forward and let's roll up the spine. Arms reaching out and up, palms touch, and hands to our hearts. Good, let's come back down into table. We'll do same thing on the left, so left leg back. Let's draw it in, step the foot forward, and just like the other side, I'm gonna start moving a little bit here. Rocking back and forth. Good, coming into my lunge. Right hip driving forward, left hip back. Walking up to my knee, letting that right hip continue to melt forward, rolling the shoulders back, pulling the navel in, lifting up. I'll once again reach the arms behind me, interlace, squeezing the shoulder blades, lifting my heart, pulling my left hip back, pressing the right hip forward, opening up the front body and elongating the spine so I'm not throwing my back body back here. I'm lifting up to reach over that imaginary giant beach ball behind me. Good, hands back. I'll melt the hips back, flex. Right hip drives forward, toes are back. Heart is reaching towards the front of the mat, shoulders soft. And I'm breathing slow, steady breaths. Good, sink those hips forward. I'm gonna rock back one more time, and then back toes curl under. Slide the foot in, drop that heel, left hip, drawing back, right forward. Again, shoulders back, heart forward, belly in, back of the neck long, lifting up out of my shoulders. Good, soften, bend, forehead to your knee. Keep lifting your shoulders, sending that right hip forward, bringing the left back. Little bend, ball of the right foot, step it forward, and let's once again roll up. Reach the arms out and hands down to your heart. Good. I'm going to move my blocks out of the way, and I'm going to show an option here for our pose number 19. Similar to when we were doing the Malasana, the squat, but I'm going to turn, face the side of my mat, spread my feet a little bit wider, and I'm just going to add a little lunge. So this is a side lunge, our pose for today. You can go as deeply into this side lunge as feels good in your body. And similar to when we did our Malasana squats, if you need a little assistance going down a little deeper, you can always use a blanket to lift your heel on the side where we're lunging toward, and that can allow you to bend a little bit deeper into that knee. So I'm going to start lunging to the left. So for this side lunge, my tailbone is back, the belly is in. I am leaning here. Now, the lower that I go, it might feel nice to have a blanket underneath of the heel so that we can go just a bit deeper, giving us the option to flip the opposite toes up to keep them flat, but we're pulling the heart back or pulling the shoulders back, reaching the heart forward. Nice, strong side lunge here. Breathing in again, you're welcome to go as low as feels good in your body. I'm getting a nice stretch in my inner thigh on the right leg here. And again, option to use the blanket is always there. You can also use blocks. Good, I'm just gonna move gently side to side. And then come to the other side. Again, my tailbone is back. The belly is in, the heart is forward. You can have your fingertips on the floor, your heart reaching forward, your arms lifted. And again, option to have the blanket underneath of your knee. We always want to make sure, however, that our knee is pointed in the same direction as the toes. So be really mindful of that. Good, and then a quick lunge, gently side to side, a little forward fold, pressing into your fingertips. Elongate. And then turn to face the top of your mat. Lower down, and I'm going to come all the way to my back. Once down, right leg in, extend it long, lengthen through your heel. Let's reach the left leg long. Of course, breathing. Lengthening out through that right heel. And today, as I mentioned, feeling sore myself this morning. So I'm going to take my left hand to the left hip, let that leg float out to the side. Just a little extra here. Lengthening through the heel, breathing. Bring your leg back up. Hug in. And set your foot down. Same thing. Draw in the left, reach that to the sky. Straighten out the right. Now I'm going to bring my right hand onto the right hip. Let that left leg float out without lifting up the right hip. And then hug the knee in. Oh, we'll bring the right in to meet it. Just a little rock side to side. Maybe a happy baby. And then when you're ready, rocking up to a seated position. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today, day 19. As always, I hope you enjoyed your practice. I hope you feel better now than when you stepped onto your mat. And I look forward to joining you once again tomorrow. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.